We're just saying Anderson Cooper's family, who he is a Vanderbilt, his ancestors Vanderbilt, that they were slave owners. Like, they had to be slave owners.
You knew there was dirty money.
If they made a university built after their name,
so
there's
rich.
Some
slaves made that happen.
Slaves made that happen. That was built on slaves.
All right, ready, and action.
Welcome to Chicks Dig Flicks. I'm Maya.
I'm Rosie.
And I'm Anna.
And we're coming to you late night again.
It's not quite as late night.
No.
It's only 9:30.
It's not late night, but it's 9:30.
I am in my pajamas right now.
Yes, Rosie is adorable.
Thanks.
And sleeping.
Yeah.
So we're going to get right to it with this news. I have, first up, Joss Whedon is... Lionsgate is getting hit with a copyright lawsuit over the movie The Cabin in the Woods. So basically, the 2012 film The Cabin in the Woods is being apparently it was by a guy named Peter Gallagher who wrote a book called The Little White Trip of Night in the Pines, and apparently he was selling the book on the streets of Venice Beach, and there's very similar characters within the name. So the book has a blonde Julie and a shy Dura, and the film has a Jules and a Dana, and they also have characters finding strange items in their respective cabins and discovering hidden cameras. And this man is suing for copyright infringement and wants $10 million in damages. So yeah, and he said it's been a grassroots effort on Venice Beach Boardwalk in Santa Monica's 3rd Street Promenade, which means it's really close to where the company is, and that he says that he was contacted by entertainment industry producers who expressed interest. So there's a lot of things. So he could be in big trouble.
Yeah, I guess I don't know. I feel like the whole point of Cabin in the Woods is that it's supposed to be playing off the tropes that are in horror movies, so it's really hard to be oh, you stole that from that, where it's I feel like they're pretty upfront about the fact that they are.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, obviously if it's stealing from a specific work, that's fucked up, but I don't know. I'm skeptical.
Yeah.
Me too. I don't know. I don't think he'll get very far with. Well, I mean, I guess he's getting somewhere because people are reporting on it.
Yeah.
But it seems vague to me right now. I mean, I don't want to say I just don't want Joss Whedon to have stolen something also, but right now I'm gonna be skeptical of this Gallagher figure.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's so the book was in 2006 and this was made in 2012.
But this movie has been in the works for a really long time. Well, Joss Whedon and Drew Goddard have been working on it for a really long time.
That's true. I mean, they might have been working because I know when it came out in 2012, it only came out then because it was supposed to come out 2 years before, or 3 or 4 years before. But Chris Hemsworth wasn't big then, and then when it finally came out, they were finally okay.
Yeah, they finally got the money to make it.
In it.
Yeah, so
I forgot.
So it was 2 years before. So yeah, then even it might have hit right around that same time, because you could say okay, if it was supposed to come out, if it's 2012 and it's supposed to come out 2010 or 2009, then they were writing the film have to be previous years. Yeah. It could match up.
I don't know. It could.
Joss Whedon could have been walking around on the boulevard, walking Venice Street, and he's oh, this silly guy selling his book, and he's read my book, and then
Joss Whedon's idea,
and then just maybe put it away or threw it away, and then boom, 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 Cabin in the Woods.
Definitely a possibility.
That's how things.
But also, the whole film to me reeks of Joss Whedon's writing. Like,
But it
it's
could be
such
his writing and not
not
his
his
original
idea. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
I mean,
don't
it
know.
sucks.
Also, did he write it? Didn't he?
Oh,
he co-wrote it.
Yeah, he co-wrote
Okay.
it. Yeah.
who knows?
Who knows?
The biggest thing that I got from this is just that Drew Goddard is writing for Daredevil, which I didn't know.
Oh.
Which is a great show. Great. Anyway, moving on.
Next piece of news. Thanks to WikiLeaks, you can now search through all the leaked Sony
Yes.
emails. And of course, Sony's pissed. They don't want this to happen. They feel like, it's been enough. But WikiLeaks says this archive shows the inner workings of an influential multinational corporation. It is newsworthy and at the center of a geopolitical conflict. It belongs in the public domain. So, yeah, how do you guys feel about it?
I don't know.
I think to say, I don't know. It's at the center of a geopolitical conflict. Okay, so for the interview, is that what they're talking about? Or,
Yeah, I guess it was during that time, and then also because it was like,
I don't know, personal emails belong in the public domain is weird.
Yeah.
I mean, they're kind of armed, technically. Ooh, NSA. But like, yeah, it's weird because, I mean, it's kind of interesting because all the things that were happening with it was because, they said like Jennifer Lawrence never got, a lot of, money because of certain things. And then, or, Angelina Jolie, like, what is it? I forgot her name, Amy, whatever. It was like, she talked so much shit about Angelina Jolie and then like, was called, there was like, so there's a bunch, I mean, WikiLeaks is always controversial, so I guess it'll be pretty funny. Like, I mean, pretty fun for them to have it and for people to be, like, really going through all of them. And
I think it's very interesting because, I don't know, I think WikiLeaks has I don't know if this is their point, but they do, I mean, Hollywood kind of runs our society at this point. Mm-hmm. So it is very interesting to see the inner workings of, like, the people who are running our country, kind of. In a weird way.
The ones who made
Spider-Man. it's fascinating. I don't think anyone's arguing that it's
but
not
I mean, it's
Should
an interesting
be.
point to say that maybe, like, we should be knowing the personal stuff that's going on behind things that control our society so much. Even though it's not, like, an evil plan to control society, it's just kind of happened, I feel like. Or maybe it is
we
an
need
evil
to know,
plan.
Ari, your boobs.
I know.
Yeah, I guess,
who are these people?
Like, isn't WikiLeaks mostly... Like, it's weird because WikiLeaks calls for transparency, and I remember there was that big event... there was that big thing where an Iraqi soldier, like, he was... Iraqi Americans, like, fighting in Iraq War, American soldier. Mm-hmm. He, like, leaked a bunch of stuff to WikiLeaks, and it was a really big deal because it could have put all these people's lives in danger, but a lot of the things were reports of, like... Well, there's certain reports that were really, like, interesting to read, but there was just, like, a lot of them were, like... Yeah, there's 47 troops here and there's 47 troops there. But, like, people were just, like, really angry. But I don't know if it's just because it's a violation. It could put all these soldiers in danger. But but there was definitely, I think, some racist and sexist stuff that came out of that, too. So,
not surprising.
I don't know. I've been watching a lot of the X-Files, so I'm just all, like, the truth is out there. Expose the
Illuminati
government.
Exposed. All right. So... Oh, yeah. I was reading. Sorry, that was a break. Wonder Woman had a director named Michelle McLaren, but now she is not directing this film, and instead, what's her name? I didn't even go like a mad. Patty Jenkins is now directing this film. So Michelle McLaren was, she jumped ship, as Vulture says, because of creative differences with Warner Brothers.
Always say.
And they always say that. And, she's decided not to move forward with the plans to develop and direct Wonder Woman together. So, but this has happened, I think it was like 3 days after the announcement or something like that. It was like pretty quick, where all of a sudden they had another director. And Patty Jenkins directed Monster with Charlize Theron, and she almost directed Thor 2. And Michelle McLaren.
And then Kenneth Branagh was the runner-up?
Yeah.
It's so weird. Okay,
so, yeah. What do you guys think?
I think this is really sad because this has been such a struggle for a Wonder Woman movie to get made, and it's seems like it's not going well.
Yeah.
It seems like it's kind of a clusterfuck, which I don't think will result in a good movie in the end because it's such a struggle to
Especially
make
if
a movie.
a director's leaving because of creative differences. So there
Yeah.
has to be something. What is especially Michelle McLaren? She was a TV alum of Breaking Bad, so she directed some episodes of Breaking Bad. So that's like a pretty good,
critically acclaimed,
story wise, camera. So I wonder what's happening. I mean, Patty Jenkins did well with Monster, but it's just like, ooh.
I wonder how much kind of, what's the word, like, overturn or whatever there is with movies usually, because I wonder if this is just like getting a lot of publicity and like heat because it is like DC and because it is Wonder Woman and whatever, and it's just really newsworthy because people care about it. And I wonder if we do have to really be that worried. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it'll be okay.
Switching directors, I feel like was kind of unusual.
Yeah, because they had also, like, Ant-Man had its old thing with, like, what's his name? Edgar Wright was going to do it, and he was, like, attached to it for a long time, and then all of a sudden was like,
and I think it's going to be fun. Like, I mean, I wasn't really excited about Ant-Man to begin with.
I don't think anyone really is. Doesn't agree.
Yeah.
So,
we can all agree, listeners. If you were excited about Ant-Man, yell at Rosie.
What? You guys did the same thing as me.
So, yeah, I guess that will be... Oh, shit, I just deleted the... Sorry. So that will be interesting. Anyway. We're going to go to Deadline here. Sorry, I just, lost it for a second. So, Smosh, if you guys don't know, they're YouTubers on YouTube. They're
struggling to name mine.
I know, I'm so struggling. This is going to be awful. She's going to, whatever.
Me?
No, your teacher is going to
Is she listening to this one?
Possibly.
Uh-oh. Alright, let's stop laughing then.
So Smosh the movie's premiered to set in July 23rd next to VidCon. And so Smosh is a big, they're two guys, make videos on the internet, got really big. They were here during the foundings of YouTube, and they've been around for almost 10 years now. Almost, because next year will be the 10th.
Since they were teenagers?
19. Since they were 19 years old. And now they're making a film, and it's a low budget film. It'll be so it'll be there.
What production company is putting this on?
Defy Media and Awesomeness TV, which is owned by DreamWorks Animation and Hearst. And so the film will be about Hecox, which is Ian Hecox and Anthony Padilla. Their characters are trying to delete an embarrassing video of Padilla's before his high school crush sees it. And so then there's also a bunch of YouTubers that are guest starring, such as Jenna Marbles, Grace Helbig, Harley Morenstein, Mark Fishback, who's Mark Pillier. He's a video game guy. Dietrix, Jillian Nelson, Brittany Ross, Stone Cold, Steve Austin, and Michael Ian Black. I just Michael Ian Black is always just even though he's not he's not a YouTuber. He was in the Wet Hot American Summer and he's a comedian. I was like, what? Okay. So yeah. That's
interesting. I never watched Smosh. I don't know much about them except
I watched them a lot.
Are they good?
Yeah, I mean, they're good for when you're 14, 15, and they do a lot of parodies. They did one really big one was their Link, a Legend of Zelda parody. Okay. And they did a rap about that. It was really funny. And so
I think I get them confused with Tosh 2.0, who is not good.
Yeah.
So I have some weird negative connotations with Smosh because they sound similar.
So have they had the same haircuts for the last 10
years?
Yeah,
they've literally had the same haircuts. They don't change haircuts.
Is it a brand?
A brand haircut?
Ian especially, the guy with the bowl haircut, has not changed his hair over the past 10 years.
Well, it's less bad than the other
Anthony,
one.
Anthony has had that emo haircut for a while, but he's kind of changed it slightly. But it's been it's that's their whole brand, their whole because a lot of they now live in Los Angeles, but they used to just film in Sacramento in their mom's and I think Ian's mom's house, and they still do their videos there. They still go to Sacramento.
Did they
to film.
go to college, or did they just
went straight to
they were out of high school. I think they met each other in high school. and then they just started doing YouTube for fun. And I don't know if they went to college or not, or they both tried to and didn't like it, or I really don't remember that.
Is this the first YouTube, like, feature film that makes it to the big screen?
No, there's been a couple. I forgot what his name is. He made a horror film called called Smiley, which was not good. People didn't like that one. But then Shane Dawson made a film. You remember? I know. He made the film for that show called, oh my god, called The Seat, or like The Director or whatever, and Zachary Quinto was part of it.
Really?
And so Zachary Quinto,
what are you doing?
Oh no, I'll tell you the whole story. We talked about this one
Not
time.
Zachary Quinto. That Zachary Quinto was in it.
Okay. So it's called The Chair. I will tell you.
We didn't.
No, I thought, okay. So it's called The Chair, and the film, what is it? So they have two directors that are going to direct the same script. And that same script, so they get so they're trying to round up money, and they're just like making a documentary about them making a film. So they pick Shane Dawson because he has like 10 million, subscribers. He has all this following, and then they pick this one girl who has she's independent. She does films with her husband. It's everything. So they put them together, and they make the films, and Zachary Quinto hates Shane Dawson's film. He hates it so much, and he gets so mad because it's very offensive, a lot of stereotypes, just he just felt like he's wasted his money and his time. He hates it so much. He would not show. He's like, I would not show this to anyone. I would not take this.
Wait, this is part of the plot?
No, this is not part of the plot. This is not they did a documentary.
Happened.
So this has happened. So they after the movie came out, they were like,
I didn't know that Zachary Quinto part.
Yeah,
I
Zachary
know
Quinto was
that everyone was really what the fuck.
Yeah,
Shane
Zachary was like, I am disgusted.
Edit that
I
out.
hate
What?
We always say that.
Huh?
He's like, I hated it. I'm disgusted, and he took his name off the producing credits along with his friend who was doing it, and everyone's like, I don't know what the big deal is. But then, I mean, he won the contest because more people went to see his film because he has more following to see his film.
Yeah.
But he was really mad about that.
Huh.
So that's
What was Shane Dawson's response?
He didn't. He was just well, he's never been supportive of me. He doesn't like my work, so it's not gonna matter. This and this and this. A lot of kind of cruel, not cruel, but just he doesn't care. I'm doing this for my fans and this and this and this.
That sounds exactly like Shane Dawson.
Yeah, it was
Ew.
I watched both the films, and they're Shane Dawson. I mean, they both got budgets of $650,000, and his looked like a Nickelodeon long episode of Nickelodeon show, and it was offensive as hell. It was funny because all the people who were the main were they were mostly white, and all the stereotypes were everyone who was not white. Everyone. It was just. So it was pretty.
We should play a drinking game to that.
Yeah, we should.
God.
We should. Anyway.
Yes.
Well, that's interesting. I will see the Smosh movie.
Good luck. Hopefully it's good for the audience.
Maybe.
He'll do well because Grace Hilbig and they did
Camp Dakota.
Camp Dakota. So and that was I need to watch that. It's on Netflix. So anyway, I forgot to get this Star Wars one up. So that's the one I axed out, and I was like, oh god. So the director Gareth Edwards. Oh wait, is this? Oh yes.
Another Star Wars.
Yeah, so this is another Star Wars. It's a standalone film that's being slated to release December 2016, starring Felicity Jones, called Star Wars Rogue One, and this one's going to be a heist film.
Yeah. So I'm not.
So we should be in it, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right?
Felicity Jones, we can be part of your crew.
Yes.
We'll switch around the characters sometimes if she wants to be, in the spotlight, but we should be in it.
Definitely.
Well, so they're not just making more in the sequel; they're making standalone films too. Because I thought there was already more than one sequel announced, or it's just the one sequel that had been announced before this.
So this one seems the one that's coming out.
The Force Awakens.
Force Awakens seems like that one's right after this. It's the seventh one, so it's going in from the 70s.
Yeah.
This one says this film is set after Episode 3 and before Episode 4, so those are the newer ones.
Oh, okay. So they're popping in new movies all over the place.
Yeah,
they're
just all over the universe of Star Wars. They're like,
there's one here.
This one.
Oh, it's so confusing.
It does not surprise me, I guess, because they're going to make a lot of money off of all of them, I'm sure. My question is, why took them so long? I don't really care that much. I don't care about do you guys care about Star Wars?
Nope.
No, because I mean I've not seen. Sorry, guys.
I've only seen 2 of them.
All the little nerds are gonna come out.
All the nerds would be like,
whatever.
come out and be like, you guys are real movie reviewers. We have the best movies ever.
If we had fans, that's what would happen.
That's what we had fans.
Oh, they're probably gonna be radio silence.
Yeah. They're gonna find it.
Just get that Snapchat.
Yeah. Super good.
The economy, feminism.
That's Maya's impression of
Like,
old white men.
Yeah.
old white men.
I probably should have put a...
Young white men was feminism, making me mad.
Alright. Back to Star Wars.
I don't know what else to say.
Well, then we can move into watching...
Trailer Trash Talk.
Trailer Shock.
Beat Shock.
Damn it.
So we can go into,
You want to pull it up on yours, Maya?
Yeah.
You got it?
I'll get it.
You got it. All right, listeners.
What happened? It just came up Roger Ebert's list challenge.
I can pull it up.
It's okay. It's
I can do it. I'm in the middle.
Yeah, Rosie's in the middle.
I got it.
Whatever.
Okay, listeners, go to the link in the description for the Star Wars trailer. Pull it up, cue it up, and watch it with us.
Okay.
All right, ready? 3, 2, 1, play. This music feels very Harry Potter to me.
And scene.
Okay, there we go.
This part reminds me of Star Trek.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The music and the
JJ.
shot.
Okay, but that's Star Wars music.
Yeah, but no, like the way that the shot of like
This is. Oh, you're right. It is JJ. I forgot.
Yeah.
yeah, it's so like Star Trek in that way.
The Force is strong in my family.
It is in mine too.
Oh shit!
Oh my god.
Darth Vader's helmet.
Ew. It looks like Voldemort.
R2D2. I do like R. He was my favorite
I
character.
like when they just touch like
Oh.
it's just scenes put together. It's like,
So they're talking to Luke's daughter. Luke's talking to his daughter right now.
Yeah,
I can't believe it's Christmas. I was like, when is this?
Yeah. Of course. Like, that makes sense to me, though.
Yeah.
Like, you go with your family, all the different generations.
Mm-hmm.
So is it a woman and a
Yeah.
black guy are the main characters?
And Oscar Isaac, who's, like, Guatemalan, I think.
Oscar Isaac's in the film. Adam Driver's in the film.
Okay, Adam Driver's white, so we don't.
Yeah, oh, he's white. I'm sorry. He's my fave. Oh my god, he looks so good.
Are you kidding me? I was just thinking he looks so bad.
He didn't look bad.
He
No,
looks pretty good for his
Okay, he
age.
looks pretty good, but like not that good.
No, he looked.
I mean-
he looked bad, like in Indiana Jones. I mean, when he did like
With
the
Shia LaBeouf.
the Shia LaBeouf. Well, Shia LaBeouf. But like that one, it looks cool. It's
That
just,
was a
like,
good trailer.
72.
It
Okay.
reminds me of the like. I actually liked the teaser trailer because it was like, what's going on, and then like.
I did
black
not
guy
like
comes out
that
and
teaser
goes,
trailer.
It's like what?
A black guy.
A black guy.
What? In Star Wars?
Oh.
He isn't a traitor?
So yeah, I love in my Black Cinema class we're always talking about like Star Wars, like how Star Wars was like George Lucas was influenced by a lot of things that were going on with like black filmmakers, and then Star Wars happened, and like how there's like a lot of similarities that are like within like I think social like I don't know like how like the Dark Force and like all these different things about like black people, and I was like, but doesn't George Lucas like black people because his like wife is black? But I guess he doesn't. Look at all those things. Look at all that evidence. Anyway,
I think that was a good trailer. I don't care about Star Wars that much, but I watched the trailer. I was like, that's pretty good. All those Star Wars geeks are going to be really
You had
excited.
a whole Facebook thread about Star Wars.
Okay, but that was not anything real.
It was really funny, though.
Well,
all
thank
right.
you.
So the next trailer we're going to do is this was leaked and then they put it online. I think Batman versus Superman.
I haven't seen this yet.
It
Dawn
was
of Justice. It was leaked.
Why are you guys saying it like that? You don't believe it?
No, I don't. like there's
It's
so
a
many
publicity
things. I just,
stunt?
Like if sometimes I could see it if it's
They
like
leak
leaked
it.
if someone saw it in the theaters and then took like or something like it was a pre-screen or whatever, and so it's like
I
fucked
see.
up. But if it's like leaked, like albums are leaked, they're not like.
Oh,
someone,
really?
Yeah,
I
they
didn't-
do it to like push up.
That makes sense. The
Yeah.
hype gets higher when it's
All right,
leaked.
I've not seen this.
Me neither.
what are we watching?
Batman
Oh, yeah, I haven't seen this.
Okay, guys, 1, 2, 3.
What is it?
That
Also
reminds me
look
of
like
Harry
Harry
Potter. It does.
It's DC.
DC.
Isn't it really surprising
Oh my God, so
that the most powerful man in the world
it's like
should be a figure of controversy?
We, as a population on this planet, have been looking for a savior.
Wait, are we saying Batman or
Oh my
Superman
God.
is the most powerful?
I don't know. I think Superman.
Okay.
Is that
That makes more
Metropolis? They
sense.
Yeah, that's
rebuilt
Metropolis.
Metropolis pretty quickly after that fucking terrorist attack.
Oh God.
Following people with great power.
Something about
Comes great responsibility.
Maybe he's just a guy
something about his costume that like looks too dusty or like fake. I don't know. Like the abs look spray on.
Yeah. It's like very stylized.
Yeah.
Like, in a style that I don't like.
Yeah. What? False God.
So it starts.
I'm not that interested yet.
Ooh,
Who's that?
Ben Affleck.
That's Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
The turns.
Okay, he's staring at his costume. What's going on?
It's like, should I put it on?
Wait, who's speaking?
I think it's like several. I don't know. Oh shit! Oh,
Oh, he put it on. He
he
did.
was so ripped, man. Ben Affleck, yes.
I'm just gonna stand on top of a building.
Ooh, his eyes are glowing.
He's glowing.
That's new.
Do you plead?
Superman's like, haha, can't catch me. Can't fly.
You will.
Ooh, so his voice is definitely. He's like, tell me, do you?
Oh,
that's
the
cool.
logo thing is
That's a
cool.
cool logo,
Oh, I
yeah.
missed it. I was looking at you guys.
Dawn of Justice.
I didn't see any shot of Wonder Woman in there, even though she's supposed to be in this movie.
Yeah.
I think she's not like a big part. But,
Oh,
like,
she just has like a little cameo.
I don't know if it's a cameo, but I know it's not like big. But it seems cool. I mean, he's like, do you bleed? So I guess he's like pissed because everyone's like, is he a superhero? I like those kind of things. Like, is superheroes good for
Like the
the
Incredibles.
world, like the Incredibles, or Watchmen is like that too because they're like all like so.
Oh, yeah.
So now it's just like
Well, they banned them
they banned
in
them.
Watchmen.
And I guess in Incredibles they did too. They banned them.
Yeah,
So like I like
I
when
love
they're
The
like trying to
Incredibles.
say.
I do too. Great movie.
Yeah, I'm way more excited about Star Wars than that movie.
I don't.
Surprisingly, I'd never thought that would happen.
I just like the new Superman,
I did not like
Super
the
new
Man of
Superman.
Steel.
Man of
I was
Steel
just like
worse.
I
so
didn't even see
uninterested.
it.
It was the
I
worst.
just waited for other people's reviews, and they were so overwhelmingly terrible. I was like, I mean, I'm not
It was
gonna.
the worst. It was so bad. I mean, Henry Cavill is like a piece of eye candy. Like,
I guess. I don't even think
he's
that
like
good.
handsome, but like
Oh, I just realized
it's-
that 2 people from Stardust are now in, well, Marvel and DC movies.
I don't know anything about Stardust.
It's a
it's
great
a good movie.
Let's watch it.
Let's watch it
All
on
right,
the
so we have
podcast.
one more
Favorite movies.
superhero
All right,
slash
here we
action
go.
one. We got
Okay.
the Marvel Ant-Man trailer.
I'm excited to see this.
So this came
Me
out.
too. I haven't
go.
seen it yet.
They released.
Have you seen it?
No, I have not seen
Okay,
it. So
none of us have seen it. Let's go.
ready, go. Is that good?
Yep.
Shot of
Ooh,
the
I
city.
like the color already more than Superman.
Yeah, same.
A soldier.
Because there is color.
Yeah, there's light.
There's light.
The ultimate secret weapon.
Oh, Corey Stoll. He's an Oberlin alum.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was on House of Cards.
Hmm.
So how do we stop him?
Oh,
Oh.
more people I know. Oh,
Oh.
ew. I don't like that.
Watching you for a while.
Oh, it's Paul Rudd, right?
Yeah.
And I believe everyone deserves a shot at redemption. Do you?
Why is he in jail?
He can just become an ant and get out.
Days of stealing stuff.
So,
Oh,
like,
he was just stealing stuff.
Okay, show him as an ant. That's all I want.
I want you to break into a place and steal such stuff. Makes sense.
Paul Rudd is so funny.
To become the hero.
I like all
Come
those
on,
like.
show me Paul Rudd as an ant.
Oh.
You have to learn how to control it.
They're ants.
These are your greatest allies. You're kind of cute.
Oh, he's tiny. He's a little ant. Look at him.
Oh my god! I just can't.
Like a bullet.
I want to see him tiny
Yeah,
without
that's
the helmet.
So you need to know how to punch.
You show me how to punch. Show me how to punch.
Yes.
That's a punch.
Classic. Get beat up by.
They fall in love. Well, they're going to, so it's not going to be anything.
Trying to hide your suit from me. Now, it's gonna blow up in your face. Then destroy everyone you care about.
Scott, get out of here.
Lols.
Stop the future.
You just go whoop pow. Is he a wasp? Is he another ant? The other guy?
I know. It wasn't my idea.
I'm the ant.
Aww. And he's so little.
Kids are gonna love this movie.
It looks kind of fun.
It's like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. I
Yeah.
love that movie.
Thomas the Train Engine. That's good.
Oh my god.
I would-
It comes out this July.
This July.
I would see it for the
Damn.
tiny explosions.
I would see it. I would see it. I'm more excited now.
Yeah.
For the
I
tiny-
admit it. Paul Rudd is almost 50.
I know.
Damn, he looks
Yeah.
good.
He
He
doesn't
does.
age. He's a fucking vampire.
I would
Sorry,
believe it. I
I'm
would believe
cursing
it
a lot.
if he was a vampire.
You what?
I would believe it if he was a vampire.
That is
If he was
not
like,
what I
if he
thought
came
you
out and
said,
said, "What? What did I say?
Nothing. Anyway.
Vagina."
Wait, okay, so Ant-Man is going to be in Civil War.
Oh, really?
My gosh. What is
Okay.
he-
That's
What side is he
sad.
on?
I don't
He's
know.
a good side. He's on the good guy
There's no
side.
Is there a
good
good- there's
side.
not a good
It's
side?
Iron Man
Oh.
and Captain
Oh,
America.
right. I forget about the
Actually,
Civil War.
I-
Wait,
Look-
also, okay, wait, this is kind of getting sidetracked.
What? No, go ahead.
But in an interview for Age of Ultron, I think it was, I don't know, someone said that someone dies, someone doesn't make it out,
Oh, of Civil War?
and no.
Of Ant-Man?
No, of Ultron! Age of
Oh.
Ultron! And I was like, well, at first I was like, wait, Captain America? But then I was like, well, no,
No.
because
Is it
Civil
Samuel?
War.
Is it Samuel? It's
So-
probably Samuel Jackson's
Fury?
Fury.
Yeah, probably.
Really?
He's gonna die really this time. Sorry, guys.
You spoiled everybody.
I know.
It's so weird because Fury's been there, I feel like.
It seems like that's gonna happen because
That
he's
could
like he's the
happen.
most vulnerable.
Yeah, it would
one.
either be like Fury or like Hawkeye or like someone people don't care about.
Oh,
Care about
God.
Hawkeye.
Not that much.
I
The
mean,
people
like
in the Avengers don't really care about Hawkeye.
Yeah.
But I feel like they're a lot of
Natasha
fans.
cares about Hawkeye.
Maybe.
That's true. No, she does.
She doesn't care about anybody. She only has herself to think about.
And
Yeah.
apparently the Hulk. I don't know what that was going on. That other
Oh,
time we
yeah.
saw that trailer.
Yeah, I want more people to interact with the Avengers, so I'm kind of excited
Yeah.
for Civil War.
I'm excited for a tiny Paul Rudd. I hope we get to see him tiny without his helmet on. So like
Aren't
a
there
tiny
like
little
three
face.
more like
Kinda
Civil
creepy.
War movie? Like so, it's gonna go It's gonna go this movie. Captain America 3 is coming out soon. Then it's gonna be the
Really?
Civil War like soon, and then it's gonna be like 3 more of those.
Are they
films.
filming Civil War?
We got
already?
the lineup. It's like
Or no? Is it the Avengers Civil War? Is that how it's gonna
Yeah.
go? Oh, so it's like Captain America 3, and then it's like
I don't know. We could look it up, but
We could
you
look
can
it
talk
up.
about something else.
All right, should we move on to box office?
box office.
Box office.
Box
Yeah.
office.
All right, so first, we have this article about how Furious 7, which we reviewed last week. If you listen to it,
Check it out.
if you want to hear a review of that, is now the number 7 title of all time in terms of how much money it's made, not accounting for inflation. So I thought that was pretty cool. It's number 7. It's Furious 7. So basically, it's made a lot of fucking money. I think it's finally opened everywhere. It opened in Japan last weekend, I think, the last one, and it made $6 million.
China
There.
too, which made a lot of money.
How did it make in China? What did it make? Oh, it took 93.3 million, the Chinese box office. And it's already the second highest grossing American film behind Age of Extinction. What's Age of Extinction? What was that?
Age of Extinction's Transformers.
Oh, right. Okay. So, moving on to box office. So no surprise, coming in first place, Furious 7. With this weekend, it made 29 million. I can't read numbers. 29 million. It's a 51.2% drop, but it's still on top, and it's made 294.5 million total gross, which is a lot of money. Only domestic too.
Yeah.
So that movie. Okay, so if I click on it, I can see the total.
Yeah, you can see the total.
What's it made worldwide? It's made $1,152,710,000. That's a lot of money.
68 cents.
It does not say that. Do not listen to Maya. She is a liar. Okay, second place. Paul Blart Blanc Club. 2.
I've saw so many articles about this one that's like, does Paul Blart Mall Cop 2 have a Kevin James problem? Like,
I saw that.
So, yep. That made, sadly, 24 million this weekend, which is a lot, I feel like, for Paul Blart Mall Club 2. Not even the first one.
Oh, God.
We did not see it, and I will not see it.
Mm-hmm.
Third, Unfriended, which is that horror movie about Facebook friends, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
That made $16 million this weekend. And fourth, Home, still hanging on the top 5, made 10.3 this week. Yeah, me too. Mm-hmm. Better than Paul Blart Mall Club. And then number 5, The Longest Ride, the Nicholas Sparks book movie, with 6.8 million. And it's dropped.
Oh, Get Hard got out of the top 5.
Get Hard is out of the top 5.
Yes.
Thank God.
And Cinderella dropped too. It just was like, bye.
Oh yeah, Cinderella's way down there now. So that's where we're at with box office.
What's coming up soon?
What's coming soon? I'll tell you, maybe. So, clicked away. Okay, coming out next week is The Water Diviner. I haven't heard of this movie, but it's an Austrian man travels to Turkey after the Battle of Gallipoli to try and locate his 3 missing sons. Russell Crowe stars in it. Looks like a drama. And then Little Boy, starring Emily Watson, not Emma Watson. And it's a film about a little boy who's willing to do whatever it takes to bring his dad home from World War II alive. So a World War II movie. Adult Beginners, Nick Kroll, looks like a comedy coming out. Age of Adeline, Blake Lively.
She like dies in a car crash or something. No,
You seen something about this?
Yeah, I saw the trailer like a whole
Yeah,
it's like she
so
gets
many times.
So many times she gets into a car crash or something, and she like lives for a really long time. So she like dies in
doesn't age.
Like, doesn't age. So she like dies for like in 1915 or something, or she's like
She's
every
like a
year
ghost?
she has to like disappear and then come back.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Because
I didn't know
people were
that.
like, there's like Harrison Ford in the trailer, like, I haven't seen you in so long. And she had an affair with him like in the 60s, and then she had to disappear and like die.
Okay, that sounds kind of interesting. It's got an 83% on Rotten
I
Tomatoes
saw
right now.
that. Like, what?
I don't know.
Doesn't
Blake
look that
Lively.
good.
Yeah, she's having her own film. This was her first film.
Really?
Like
She
as,
was
like,
in Scissorhood of the Traveling Pants and
Green Lantern.
Green Lantern.
That's how she married.
Oh,
Like that's how she
right.
got to with like
Ryan Reynolds.
and
And then she was in that weird movie.
The Town with Ben Affleck.
Oh, that's not even what I was thinking of. She was in that weird movie about like the drug trade. Savages. I saw that movie.
Yeah, Jennifer Lawrence was supposed to be in that movie.
Oh, not, but it was Blake Lively instead.
Blake Lively, and then Jennifer dropped out for The Hunger Games.
That wasn't a good movie, but I thought Blake Lively was fine in it. I kind of like Blake Lively.
Yeah, I like her too. Or she was in Accepted, one of my favorite movies, the college one when they make the South Harmon Institute of Technology.
That's a funny movie. And then the last movie coming out next week, Blackbird, starring Monique, Isaiah Washington. I'm not sure what that's about. It's a 17-year-old, a devout Christian, is hiding a secret. That's what it says.
What devout Christian isn't hiding a secret?
True.
So that's what's coming up to theaters near you. And then Come to the Apollo is The Woman in Gold.
Yeah, The Woman in Gold.
And what is that?
That's about the that Klimt painting that was stolen by this woman who wants it back in Vienna by the Nazis. They returned it. Vienna took it, and it's in the art museum there. They're gonna sue Vienna.
Seems like a lot of movies about Nazis and art
stealing. There was that
lately.
George Clooney.
Yeah, the George Clooney. That's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah. So.
Well, 2 is a lot.
Two's enough.
Such a specific.
God damn it,
premise.
Nazis just taking everything. Like, there's like a lot of things they're taking. And
There's like a lot of things that they're taking.
So.
All right, that
All
wraps
right.
it up for coming soon and box office.
Should we move on to our review this
Yeah,
week?
I think we should
So-
move on to See.
Wait.
Skip. Yeah, we know. Rosie's there
Rosie's
examining
checking out
her
her nails.
cuticles.
Anyway, so the synopsis. The movie this week is The Hunting Ground, which played it. It was the Apollo, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
On Wednesday.
On Wednesday night. So the synopsis says, from the team behind The Invisible War comes a startling expose of rape crimes on U.S. campuses, institutional cover-ups, and the brutal social toll on victims and their families. Weaving together verite footage and first-person testimonies, the film follows survivors as they pursue their education while fighting for justice, despite harsh retaliation, harassment, and pushback at every level. So, Anna and I didn't get to the screening this week, but Maya is going to give you her review of it.
It's Maya's review corner. Within C-Wait Skip.
All right, a new segment.
So yes, I saw this film with a couple of friends. There was like a really big group of people there. And they had, they brought the Title IX coordinator from Oberlin there, and they had the Rape Crisis Center people there too, and if anyone wanted to step out of the film and needed like someone to talk to, they were there. So I thought that was really nice of them.
That's cool.
So in the beginning of this film, they start off with kids getting college acceptance letters to their school, and it's like this like the commencements music, and it's really like nice because you see it's like really funny because all these kids are like screaming about getting into their school, and then right at the beginning it's like I didn't start school and I was sexually assaulted, and so I thought it was a really really like I think it's a great film, and I really enjoyed it, like, in a way that it was, like, disgusting. It was, like, really pissed me off. It was same, because Kirby Dick made a film called The Invisible War, which was about sexual assault in the military, which pissed me off, too, when I saw that, too. And it's just, like, sickening about, like, both of them, just, like, how these structures of people that are supposed to take care of you, that, like, for the Invisible War, these people are fighting for us, fighting for our country, and they can't get anything back from their country due to, the VA and everything else. And then also these people where you're going to school, you're paying so much money for them, like, money to these schools, and they don't do a single thing. One girl said when she was raped and she went to the school to ask, one of the ladies sat down with her and said, well, life is like a football game, and so how would you do anything different during this? Like her rape was compared to a football game, and if she could do anything different during that game, what would it be? And it was like really like it's just like just things that were by these adults that you were trying to trust with your with your kids, and they're doing something. And so this film takes like a whole like report on sexual assault. Like it starts with like just people talking about their different instances that happened to them. A lot of them it's like about what the schools are doing, and then they start going into different parts. So a lot of it was they talked about fraternities a lot, where these fraternities are basically not really a part of the school, but they're also they get a lot of funding from alumni. Because they were like fraternities were part like alumni, so they get a lot of money from them, and that's how they can't like close down a lot of these chapters. And then they talked about athletes, which if you were from a Big Ten school or big football, like one girl like accused, like not accused, but she was like said that this guy raped her, and it was the head quarterback of the Florida State football team. And there's a huge football, like, thing. So, like, people were, like, really, she like was run out of school, and it was just like these things, and it just made me made me mad because they said like Harvard was like pretty bad, and they had like made over $350 million at a, like, someone donated $350 million, or they raised that much money for their school, and, like, where's that money going to? Like, it's not going to any help for these kids, and, so there's just, that was, like, a really just interesting, there's, like, all this money, and it's going to, you know, sports arenas, and everything that it just, like, does not need to happen, but because, like, athletes make so much money, like, billions of dollars, that's what they're supporting first before anyone else. Like, in Notre Dame, they said that the police officers, like the safety and security of Notre Dame, cannot touch a player, to call out an athlete if they're in any of the sports fields, arenas, facilities.
What?
So if someone's missing, like, he can't touch them in there. So people were like, he's gone. Like, if someone's, like, accused and wants to go and arrest someone, he's gone. They can't touch him in a sports arena or a sports thing, or go in and get him during practice. They have to wait and find him on the street or something like that because they can't touch him, like, grab them or arrest them or, you know, talk to them during. It's, like, really, it's just really bad. But this film focused on these two women from University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill, and how they were treated, and they just started, like, learning about Title IX, and then
Can you
Title
explain
IX is it's a thing for the Department of Education about, it's saying, like, people's, like, if people are being violated by, like, the school's, like, education, if something is, like, if interfering their, like, stopping their education and their learning process, you can sue the school for Title IX infringement. Like, if someone or something or anything is, like, discriminating against someone's ability to go to school. So they learned that they could do that through what's, you know, if they're, you know, rapists can still be on campus. If they can't learn, if they can't do anything, they can sue for Title IX infringement. So these girls that are, one was 20 years old when she started doing this, the other one 26, and they, like, research and they research and started talking to other places and started getting this, like trying to go around and saying, like, these are your rights as kids, and, like, you can sue. So that's when all those, like, last year was when all those, like, breaks of, like, 70 schools under Title IX. Like, so, yeah. I was so, like, happy for those, like, girls that they were, like, so brave and said, you know, they were going to do this and take that much, like, control into themselves, because they also, you know, counseled survivors, and they also, like, they didn't, you know, have hotels to go to, they didn't have money, they were still going to school during this time, or taking time off their schooling to do this, so I really, like, commend them for all their work, and I think they were filming during this time, when they were doing all this work. So, overall, like, I mean, I'll give it a C. Like, I think everyone should see it. One thing, like, that was weird about the film is Lady Gaga does this song for the film that's, like, you don't know, like, it's, like, you don't know when it happens to you, it's really sad. Like, it's, like, a weird song that goes, it's a weird song. It was a weird song. I don't think they should have had this song in there. It's just, like, when it happens to you, like, it's just, like, what, like, kind of, like, it just, like, takes you out a little bit, but overall, I think they did a pretty good job with what they're given. So, check it out when you can. It might be on Netflix. It's, soon, so anyone do that. Check out The Invisible War. Also.
And who's the director?
Kirby Dick. So, yeah. Man or woman? Man. Yeah. And I think also by a woman, too. I think co-directed, too, by a woman.
It seems like a good time for this. I mean, I didn't see it, but I definitely want to. Mm-hmm. Seems like a good time for this film to come to campus right before Christina Hoffman, what's her face? Summers, yeah. Christina Hoffman Summers.
Yeah. Do you want to explain what?
I guess Oberlin Libertarians and Republicans, following in their tradition to bring the most controversial speaker they can find to campus, are bringing a woman to campus who claims to be championing, like, an alternate form of, or, like, what she considers to be, like, the right form of feminism, but she's more famous for talking about how she thinks that the rape crisis in America is, like, kind of this whole sham of paranoia that like, women basically are, like, turning themselves into victims by, like, spreading this paranoia about rape and, like, what she thinks are false accusations of rape to men. Like, more men are being falsely accused of being raped than actual rape is happening, I think, is Christina Hoffman Summers' basic idea.
Which is just literally not true.
Yeah, so she's a rape denialist, basically, and it's
and she also
really
has
terrible.
that book that's, like, how, like, feminism is, it's like a war on men.
War on
It's
boys,
just war on
yeah.
boys or something, and it's just, and I don't know, she's just, like, being pretty confrontational, I think, on her Twitter, too, and, like,
she's allowing for these people to go into this event and attack these, like,
and encouraging
mostly women who are, like, Oberlin students who are saying, you know,
this is making me feel unsafe.
This is an unsafe thing.
Yeah.
Like, support this. Why would you bring this, especially in sexual assault awareness month, which is this month, and how, like, dare you? So
she's just completely 100% cultivating and helping to perpetuate this culture of, like, if a victim comes forward, like, they're being a crybaby.
Yeah.
They're, like, trying to get attention. They're, like, being too sensitive, which is awful because so many victims of rape, I think we know, don't come forward, like, because of these reasons and other things, and so it's just a really horrible thing that is happening.
Yeah. Her, like, feminism is based on separate but equal feminism. So we're different. We're, like, men and women are different, but we're equal in a way. But we have, like, you know, our strong suits are, you know, maintaining the household and cooking and cleaning, but we're equal.
So I would not recommend that people go see. I think it's tomorrow, maybe.
It's tomorrow at 7:30 at Hollock Auditorium. So it's gonna be packed. So this, like, this episode's gonna come out during that time probably. But like, switching gears, we wanted to talk about, like, what's our, you know, some favorite documentaries, or do you find, like, what makes a documentary good? Do you think that, like, could documentaries be harmful? Are they, like, really, and do they impact social change? All these different kinds of things. Because I was thinking about right now, like, the documentaries that one man made that's against Obama, like Obama 2016.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
the man in my father's eyes.
Yeah, like, he's like, America, you know, and this guy, oh my God, I will look it up, because this is, like, he's in jail, like, right now, because he went Obama 2016 by Dinesh D'Souza, who is a, like, famous Republican, like, commentator, and he made these two films, one about how Obama is a communist socialist Muslim from Kenya, and his background is in, you know, things, and it was pretty big for a Republican, but everyone hates it. Then he made another one recently last year, which was about what if certain events never happened? Like, what if, you know... That's
not a documentary, that's speculation.
What if, you know, yeah.
What if, guys?
Yeah. My favorite thing, they did a whole thing, like, is America, like, the best place to be, whatever, and he did one about how, like... what if, you know, we lost the Revolutionary War, or what if, like, and he did one about slavery and how slavery, like, the film he had, well, slavery wasn't that bad. He's like, well, slavery wasn't that bad, you guys.
Oh my God.
Like, you know, he was like,
what?
Yeah.
Slavery wasn't that bad?
Yeah, it was like, he was like, actually, the first
wasn't that bad for slave owners.
He was like, well, you know, the
pretty
first
damn
slave
good
owner,
for them, actually.
He was like, the first slave owner was black, so therefore nothing happened. And, like, people, I love the people's comments, but, like, it's a new revelation. It's just, like, it's so bad, but, like, I don't know, I just thought about those and how they kind of perpetuate some kind of, like, you know, they hit that kind of zeitgeist and that kind of corner of people that, you know, like it, but...
Documentaries, I think, especially feature film documentaries, are interesting because they need to tell a story. You took documentary production class, right?
No.
You didn't?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
But I know stuff.
Yeah, but, like,
Did you take it?
No, I wanted to, but it wasn't offered when I was going to take it. But I worked at a documentary, like, production company and a documentary arts center for a semester in New York.
Yeah.
And, like... So, like, a documentary, it has to have, like, a story the way any script would. And, like, a lot of times you write out a script for a documentary. That's just like the way it works. Like it's not like journalism verite, like go in there and show what's actually happening.
Right.
But so I don't know. I think especially like The Hunting Ground or like what's that Al Gore movie?
The Inconvenient Truth.
The Inconvenient Truth. You know, definitely can be useful. Get people riled up about an issue.
The recent one, Blackfish, which got
the whaling
really,
industry.
Yeah, the whaling industry, and people got really pissed. And SeaWorld is definitely hitting the effects because that was like one of the big ones.
Yeah, so I think it can be useful, but like these are storytellers crafting a story, and you can't always be like, this is and it has to be one sided usually too, because that's how you tell a good story. Like there's a right and a wrong. Yeah. So I would worry that people take documentaries as 100% truth because that's kind of how they're branded,
Right.
but that's not really what they are.
Michael Moore ones where people are like, 100%. This is, and his is like it exposes a lot of things about our society, but also there was like the one he did Bowling for Columbine, which was about gun safety in America and stuff. He did one where it just didn't he talked about the safety of America. Like if you go to America, people would lock their front doors, but I went to Canada and I went up to 12 houses and I opened their front doors and all of them were unlocked. So therefore Canada's safer. and just doesn't put those kind of just trying
research,
to research of well, of course you went to 12 random houses and you edited which ones were open or not, and also Canada's this small compared to there's so many different things about that, and also do
you think there's a way, I don't know, do you think that documentary directors have they should be upfront about the fact that, it's not, you're not getting at necessarily, an ultimate truth,
Yeah.
It is. It's a storytelling genre. It's just, it's not, I don't know, do you think that there's a way for them
That's
to
an interesting
or?
question. Some of the directors of documentaries that came to Union Docs where I worked said that, one of the directors, she puts herself in all of her films. She's a character in her films.
Right.
Interviewing people and, going around and you're like, this is me. And some people don't like that because you're like, now you've made a film about you. You haven't made a film about, the issue. It's, your story, not that. But she was saying, this is my way of, no charade going on here, or charade or whatever. It's this is, I'm making the story and that's the way it is. Yeah. So that's maybe one way to do it. Mm-hmm. But I also think I kind of agreed too that it doesn't make for as good as a documentary.
Right. Yeah.
It's not as interesting when it's about the documentarian.
Yeah. The only one that I find that was had the documentary the recent one I've seen was Citizen4, which was about Edward, what is his name? Snowden. I forgot. I was Edward. I said Edward Norton
Edward
a bunch of times. And, okay. And so Edward Snowden, and because Edward Snowden contacted the documentary person because the documentary person did a bunch of exposés on the Iraq War, so then they were this is a big thing, and then she contacted the journalist, and so they were all three had to it was basically over 8 days, and they were taping each other in the hotel room that Edward was in Shanghai, and saying, this is what's happening, I have all this information, we're gonna leak it, and it's just about at that time. So I think her being in the movie was important because she was reached out in that way, so she could not not put herself in that film. So I find it really interesting when that happens. I mean, you also have Morgan Spurlock, who puts himself always in all his documentaries. He has Super Size Me.
Oh yeah.
He was the subject of that.
Right.
So, and he also did one about where in the world is Osama bin Laden, where he went to try to find Osama bin Laden, and then my mom likes that one. And then also this one about advertising. So he puts himself, because I think he's almost his own character, and I don't know. So.
Huh. I was looking, I forgot I wrote this paper, literally, so my abstract for this paper, this was from freshman year, or no, this was sophomore year, and it says, this paper explores how Ruth Ozeki in My Year of Meats debunks the truth-fiction binary prevalent in documentary. In doing so, she is able to deconstruct reality, subjectivity, and authenticity, revealing the ways in which other frameworks and ideologies are actually simply constructions.
Damn, that's your freshman year. You wrote an abstract.
Sophomore
year.
Sophomore
That
year.
sounds really good.
Can't even do one now.
You're really smart, Rosie.
Can't even do the abstract paper now.
I don't even remember writing
That's some good shit. What's the movie?
No, it's not a movie.
Oh,
It's a book.
Okay.
That's about this woman who's making a documentary about the meat industry and like, yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, what is your guys' favorite documentaries that you've seen that?
I don't know.
I don't really watch documentaries. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah. I'm not seeking them out.
There's a lot of them on Netflix.
There are
I
a lot.
know, and I have friends
Ugh.
who watch them all the time.
Yeah.
Yep. I should do it.
Actually, okay, I'll say mine.
Yeah, let's
then.
go.
So, well, one of really funny thing is I remember when Super Size Me came out, and my fax teacher, which is like home ec, was like, "You guys, we have to watch it. This will change your life." Like,
Super Size Me?
Super Size Me. Like, you guys, I'm never going to
Yeah.
eat McDonald's ever again. This and this and that. So she showed it to a bunch of 11-year-olds, and we were all like sitting there, and all of us just like looked at each other and we're like, "We're still gonna eat McDonald's." You can't be telling us like some of us are like poor, and some of us
Right.
it's like you can't be telling poor kids not to eat McDonald's. Like, we're like, how dare you? And she's like, guys, it's like so bad, and we're like, it's chicken nuggets, and it never hurt McDonald's industry really. I mean, like it's still it's like people still like it, you know. But my favorites, well, one was really hard to watch was. I watched two of them by the same people. One was called 16th in Delaware, which is about an abortion clinic that was opposite of a Christian clinic, and just talked about like how they like kind of what happens when the girls would not know which one is which because they would put like women's health center or women's care, and then there would be abortion clinic because they're both like houses, and so they like the girls would accidentally go to the women's care, the Christian one, and then they would like manipulate them into like not having abortions, and like how they like a lot of them would stalk the abortionists, and the abortionists have to come from different like states or different like hours drive to come in, and it's like it's really scary, but I thought that was a really interesting one too. And one wanted me to be a lawyer, but I wasn't, you know, I can't do it. But, like, well, up on the lighter note, one of my favorite documentaries is called American Teen, which is about 5 teenagers living in Indiana in their senior year of high school. And it's just about their whole year. And so they have them, like, kind of, like, had, like, the Breakfast Club. So you have the popular girl, the art girl, like, the art geeky one, yeah, the band nerd, the like all around popular guy, the athlete, and just like their lives in Indiana. And Hannah Bailey, if anyone knows, Hannah Bailey is like one of my inspirations of like people, but she's like Hannah Bailey's the like weird artist one, and she wants to go into film, and she wanted to move to San Francisco for a really long time, and her but she like eventually went to New York, but like it was just like a whole like she was like this like wanted to break out. She was such an inspiration for me when I was like in 10th grade. And then another one's called Mad Hot Ballroom, which is about elementary school kids in New York City after 9/11, around like 2003, 2004, and they're all in a ballroom dancing competition.
Oh, I think I remember that.
Yeah.
That one.
It's really good. It's so cute. They're like, you know, dancing, and they're really good. And it surrounds about like 3 schools from New York. And I like that one a lot too.
I know what my favorite one is.
All right, go, Rosie.
Okay. Every Little Step, which is a documentary about a chorus line. Have you seen it?
Yes! We talked about it.
We did. Oops, I have a terrible memory. Sorry. Yeah, it's so good. It's like, okay, so it, there were a lot of recordings from the original chorus line. I think this was when it was off Broadway. It wasn't even on Broadway yet. Mm-hmm. And so they like weave in the original recordings, and it's really cool because the chorus line was kind of born out of literally just like the was it the lyricist or the book writer just like sitting in a room with a bunch of performers and asking them about their lives, and then that transcript became the book for a chorus line. And then so it weaves in those recordings with like footage from them casting the revival, and so they follow the whole casting process and like the whole production thing, and it's really, really cool. Mm-hmm. It's really interesting.
It's really fun.
Yeah,
Look it up.
should watch
It's
it.
on YouTube. I think.
The whole time?
Is it?
Wow.
That's where I
was trying
watched.
to find it.
That's where I watched it.
Okay. We should find the link because I'm trying to get some friends to watch it.
Yes.
So, yeah.
All right, I've got I don't know if they're my favorite, but a couple years ago, when it came out, I saw How to Survive a Plague here at Oberlin. I think some Oberlin alums like produced it or something, or they like helped make it. That documentary taught me a lot about the AIDS crisis in the 80s and 90s in New York, something I knew nothing about, and so that documentary like really taught me a lot about how it was a plague. It was like it wiped out so many people in New York, and how the FDA like would not approve drugs that people needed, and so that was really informative. And then I also really just like a fun documentary. I really liked the movie Searching for Sugar Man. It's about this guy from Detroit, this musician who like made like one album in the 60s. It didn't really take off, and then he works as like a construction worker for the rest of his life. And it's this Latino guy. And then it turns out that somehow like a bootleg copy of his album is like really popular in South Africa. And it's just like everyone loves him there, and like they don't know what happened to him. I forget his name, but they don't know what happened to him, and like but to them it's like the Beatles, Bob Dylan, and this guy. Aww. And then they find some South, I think it's South African documentarians, they're like, we're gonna find him, and they find him, and then he like performs a concert in front of like a ton of people who like love him, and he's just like this guy from Detroit who like is not really a musician anymore, but he plays these songs. That's amazing. It's a really fun movie if you guys want like a heartwarming movie.
That reminds me of 20 Feet from Stardom. And
I like that movie too.
That's about the black backup singers. Well, it's like mostly around black women backup singers. But it's like about backup singers, and during
Ray Charles.
Like just from like the 50s on, and like how it stopped really being a thing after, and how these like ones that were like really really big just like, and some of them even made like stardom like for a while, and how it just like disappeared, and like they don't, but they have like the best voices, like and one of them did the line in the Rolling Stones "Gimme Shelter," "Rape and Murder Just a Shot Away." I'm gonna find it. And it's like really good. Let me get it. I'll do it. That sounds "Give Me Shelter," "Rape and Murder." That's like really bad. But there's like an isolated one. I remember hearing it. Let's see. I'll find it. Someone talk.
Right. The two people who don't really watch documentaries.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I don't know why I don't seek out documentaries more. When I watch them, I usually enjoy them if they're like a good documentary. But I'm not. If I'm like going to Netflix browsing, I'm not looking for a documentary. I don't know. I think maybe because I want to escape the world through my television and movies. Yeah. I don't want to be reminded of it. Maybe. Yeah. Maybe that's not the reason, but...
Here it is.
All right. They can cut me off. I'm babbling.
So, like...
Oh my god.
Mm.
Who is that?
Mary Clayton, and she was pregnant, and they like pulled her. She was pregnant, singing this like 2 a.m. They like grabbed her. They're like, "We need you to do this for us," and she did it for them. Just like
the Stones.
Yeah, with Mick Jagger. Yeah, just like standing there.
I hope
like,
they paid her a lot.
I don't know.
They probably
did. But he like knows her. He's like, "Yeah, we had good times."
Good times.
Oh my god.
So it just like she's just standing there, and she just like, I was pregnant, I was like barefoot, and I just like sang it, and she sang it. I think this is the first take.
Wow!
Oh my god! I just built it out. I was like, good done.
All right. So, should we
do some upcoming events?
Let's do it.
Any movies coming to the Apollo? Oh,
Woman in Gold. So The Longest Ride's leaving. Wilder Bowl. Hopefully, The Avengers. We're gonna show it on the Side of Mud. And
when?
Friday, April 24th at 8.
Right.
And if it's not Rain Space, it's going to be in Dye Lecture Hall.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds good.
Anything, like, any special movies come to the Apollo this week?
I
Midnight
think
shows?
let me see. There is...
Oh, the opera's coming on Saturday. The Met Opera at 12:30 p.m. It's Cavalleria Rusticana Pagliacci. Something like that.
Wow.
I'm sure I might.
Oh, yes. On Tuesday at Apollo, the movie Timbuktu, which was a finalist in the foreign language film in the Oscars, is coming Tuesday at 7:30.
Okay.
I wish I could see it, but I'm
Cool.
at class. And then I think I'm just going through this. There's one movie called Allure is also coming. It's 7:30, and it's about several women, independent, strong-willed, beautiful, tried to hold on to the world shifting that is New York City, and it's about like the back of greater political struggles and the global Occupy movements.
What day is that?
So that's Wednesday at 7:30.
Okay.
And then
Oh yeah, I think that's something for you can get drag ball tickets at maybe.
maybe, and
I think I
then
saw that on their site.
yeah. So
All right, cool things to do.
Cool. Awesome.
mhm.
And with that, we bid you
And with that,
goodbye
Rosie's
and good
going to
night.
bed.
Right
I'm
here
gonna
in
go
the
to
studio.
fourth meal.
You're going to fourth meal? No, I'm leaving. I'm gonna start my homework for the weekend.
Me too.
Oh my god!
I'm not done
What did
anymore.
you do all afternoon?
I went to Kevin's concert.
That was at 1:30.
And then I did a little bit of homework. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna get food, and then go home.
I applied to 6 jobs, everyone.
But yeah.
Father, if you're listening.
Killing it.
Father.
Father. All right, bye guys.
Bye.
Bye.